if you have some drug dealers in your country and you're the president, you don't necessarily put the president in jail for 45 years. That was a Biden-inspired witch hunt.
Hernandez is accused, charges he's always strenuously denied, of, during his time in power, facilitating what US prosecutors have called the paving of a cocaine superhighway into the United States. Essentially, Hernandez is accused of taking bribes from the cartels to allow cocaine to move freely through Honduras and into the United States, 400 tons of cocaine. So when Hernandez left power in 2022, in the weeks after he was arrested by US prosecutors, US law enforcement, extradited to the US and tried in a US court, he was then sentenced to 45 years in prison. He was also sentenced for possessing what prosecutors called destructive devices. That includes AK-47s and machine guns. And he was also accused and charged of accepting a $1 million bribe from the notorious El Chapo, the Mexican drug lord.
What was Donald Trump's motivation for pardoning Mr. Hernandez?
I think this is seen as a sort of middle finger to Biden. I'm pardoning this guy, I'm saving him from justice from Biden. Juan Orlando Hernandez wrote a letter to Donald Trump begging for a pardon, using incredibly deferential language.
Tried and tested technique the world over.
Absolutely, absolutely, as we've seen time and time again, sucking up to him, really, to put it mildly, and saying he was the victim of a political persecution by Biden and Harris. So no surprise that really resonated with Trump. So I think that's one factor at play. Mm-hmm. I think the second factor at play as well is that Honduras is currently going through an election, and Donald Trump posted on Truth Social, his social media platform, "You must back my candidate, Tito Asfura, who's a conservative candidate who comes from the same party as Juan Orlando Hernandez." Some analysts are saying Trump was trying to pardon Hernandez to give Asfura a boost. All parties now in this knife-edge election are accusing the United States of unacceptable interference. And Honduras, crucially, is also really reliant on aid from the United States. And Donald Trump explicitly said he's not going to throw what he calls good after bad. In other words, he said he's not going to give aid if a left-wing candidate who he hasn't endorsed wins Honduras' election.